Okay, I think the opening music was started off in a weird spot. Also, the game's not showing up. Why is that? Oh wait, it's because this is still set to Shibuya 428. That's why. Let me switch over, and then maybe we can get started here. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Ruka, and yes, it's another scuff start to another stream, but you know what? You're probably used to it by now. Anyway, hey GNG, welcome. And I guess we also had a message from 1 p.m. Earlier in the chat. Hello to you. I cannot read Russian, but hello to you also. But yeah, um, remember, apparently there's actually a love story. I don't know about horror, but it's definitely has some gory bits to this game, which, I mean, when I was looking for pictures I could use as a thumbnail initially, yes, I did see some scenes, and I didn't realize how gory it could actually get. Um, and pair that with this art style, and yeah, depending on your disposition, you could be either extremely weirded out, or hey, that looks quite convincing. I don't know what's convincing in this case. I've been watching way too many British YouTube videos. And well, technically I've been watching way too many British YouTube videos recently. I know it's not Japan, but still, if it's catchy, it will get my attention, and the British humor has definitely infected me a little bit. So if you notice any strange flow in my way of speech, that's probably because of that. It'll wear off by the time I stop watching it, but it'll take a couple weeks or two. But yes, that's basically what's going on. Anyway, I stop here on this screen just to remind you guys, yes, this is a love story and apparently also a horror game, though I don't know too much about the horror portion. Um, and hopefully the audio is not too loud. I don't think I can change that. Was I able to change that? I did change it last time, so it should be fine. Anyway, let me see. Okay, you can see this thing at the bottom now, and everything is good. Let me shrink myself here a little bit to get ready here. And a few thoughts before we get started. So last time we did this, I think we got through, how many did we get through? I want to say like three endings technically, but here's the thing. Hey Salty, welcome. How's it going? We're gonna be continuing Slay the Princess today, and I'm doing a quick recap right now before we actually get started here. So apparently we went through 3 endings yesterday. Not yesterday. Okay, I am gonna have to tone you down just a little bit on my side, because I can't hear myself. If it's too loud on you, okay. She morbed a little bit, but she does this a lot of times, so don't worry too much about it. Doing some heavy gardening today, so I'll be a bit less active. Enjoy the gardening. I tried gardening one time and promptly killed every single one of my plants. I don't think I've had a successful gardening experience unless I was doing hydroponic stuff. Which hydroponic stuff, for the most part, is very, very easy. It's just very limiting what you can do on there. Herbs, great. Veggies, I think I tried bok choy once in hydroponic stuff, and they grew. However, they were very bitter. I'm assuming they were very bitter because they were loaded with nutrients to a very concentrated level, which makes them bitter. This is also why bitter melon is so bitter. It's because supposedly bitter melon is so concentrated with all these minerals and nutrients that it tastes ultra bitter. It also probably has to do something with the oils and tannins in the thing. I don't know, but I don't know that specifically. Please look that up and fact check me, because I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of both. And it's also probably the reason why the bitter melon is so highly nutritious. Not the oils, but the minerals and stuff like that. So, how are you doing in regards to Blue Archive spoilers? I think I have been properly spoiled. Did not fully spoil myself yet. I will talk more about that tomorrow. But because I want to discuss it with the Blue Archive crowd tomorrow. But I have seen a lot, and I think I have an idea what's going on, maybe a little bit too much. And this is mostly my fault, 90% my fault, because I am terminally online, basically, both on Twitter and both on Dunburu. So, yes. We will talk about that more tomorrow, but yes. And part of me is curious, and the other part is like, what does everyone else think about this? Again, we'll talk about that tomorrow, because I want to talk about that with the Blue Archive group, which tends to own, not tomorrow, on Saturday. I want to talk about that on Saturday with the Blue Archive group, because, you know, that's when they tend to show up, not when it's not Blue Archive Day. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys, anyone who is into the Blue Archive stuff right now, in the chat, I hope you did better than I did. Because I have partially failed, is all I'll say. But context is everything, right? Context is everything, but even without context, some things speak louder than words can. Yeah. I already know the big stuff happening. I just don't know why the big stuff happened, though I can gander. Cannot stand plants, so naturally I end up having to take care of them. What do you mean cannot stand plants? Also, trees. Trees are one thing I can't understand planting, because the payoff for having a tree grow up is in the span of years. You know, trees take a very long time to grow, and if you're lucky, okay, if you're very lucky, that tree, or at least if the tree is lucky in this case, if the tree is lucky, they can grow up to be about 6,000 years old, as in the case of one tree in Yakushima Island in Japan, which I failed to go to, but I got to its nearest neighbor, the Wilson stump, apparently named after someone named Dr. Wilson or something like that, who explored Yakushima way back in the 1900s or 1800s. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, if you're lucky. But I don't think urban trees tend to live that long, because they get cut down eventually, so that's probably a problem. But wild trees, at least in the forest, they tend to get left alone for quite a while. Kind of depends on the tree. The ones that are planting a life cycle a bit more than a year before blossoming. But I'm assuming most trees don't die off like in a span of a few years, unlike animals, which the shortest living animal I think is like 1 year, roughly, maybe even less than that, which are closer to like rats and other rodents, basically. I don't know about rabbits. I think rabbits can live a few years before they die off. Anyway, the shorter the lifespan, the more you have generations of that to combat the short lifespans. And in the case of trees, yes, they like to propagate everywhere, much to the opposite nature of, you know, lifespan and how much you would propagate depending on the lifespan, because trees can live absolutely almost forever. And if you're clonal, I don't know, clonal trees are weird though. Clonal trees, even though the individual trees may rise and fall, if they're part of the same colony of trees, they're considered one entity, which I never did understand until you look at Pango, which is the largest living organism, which is not a tree but a fungus. I forget where Pango lives, but it's a gigantic fungus that would hope maybe eventually take over the world if it weren't for the oceans in between the continents. And if it weren't for the oceans between the continents, well, this entire planet would be definitely taken over by fungi, not necessarily trees. Though if people were to go away, trees and fungi would definitely take over the entire place. Would they become sentient? That's a different story altogether. But yeah. Pollen, trying to keep them properly trimmed, watered, alive. I think the trimmed, watered, and alive part is my problem. I tried to, other than the, well, sorry about that. Other than the aforementioned hydroponic experiments, which worked fairly well, you can't grow everything in them. You can't grow carrots in them. You can't grow potatoes in them. I tried to grow watercress, or at least water spinach, in them once. Didn't work too well. So you have to have a potted plant, or at least a pot. And the thing is, I'm really not someone who waters plants that often, so I thought it would be a good idea to have a pot inside the house, or at least I guess the apartment in this case, a pot indoors, and try to raise them up that way under artificial light, because artificial light you can have up open a lot longer than regular light, and I don't get direct sunlight in my portion of the apartment building, so I don't know how some plants dislike that. I know there are some plants that prefer direct sunlight. I cannot give them direct sunlight, so I can give them indirect sunlight. However, outside rains a lot, as well as has blustery winds, especially in this part of the country where I live currently. And if I leave them outside, yes, okay, natural wind, natural water, natural cycle of nature and whatnot, even though you're in a potted plant, fine. But if I forget to water you and it doesn't rain for stretches on end, what am I supposed to do? You're just gonna die. So I'm kind of lazy when it comes to plants and such. So I thought to bring them in, right? And try to raise some of the vegetables indoors, the ones that can't be raised in hydroponic. And when I do that, apparently I overwater, which I did not realize overwatering is also a bad thing. Because if you overwater and the seeds take root, you make the roots rot, and then if the roots rot, then it's basically dead. I did not know that. Another problem, apparently indoors, fungus can take over the soil in the pot much faster than they do outside, because fungi need moisture, and they need moisture a lot more than plants do, apparently. I think you're supposed to let the soil dry after the initial watering, and then you don't water it for like 3 or 4 weeks or something. And the only time you do water it is when the soil is completely dry, or sometimes you don't even water the soil for a while. But if you water it too much, again, we have the rotting problem, we have the fungus problem, and it's just bad. I've had those problems. I kind of gave up on plants altogether, though I still have 1 bag of soil left that I probably should try if I can get my lease renewed in time, which I need to bug the leasing office tomorrow after work to actually draft up the lease, because they were supposed to do that a couple of days ago, but never actually got back to me that, hey, it's done. And so here we are. A sentient fungi, one of my most favorite D&D species. Also, apparently still edible. Haven't had many issues with mine except for freaking plagues with bugs and such. Oh yeah, bugs are another issue. But I think bugs aren't really an issue unless you're in a place that has pests in general, which would probably be more in the meadows and desert areas. I don't think they appear so much in subtropical areas as such as this, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe though. Have grown an irrational hatred for aphids. What's an aphid again? I've heard of aphids, but I don't know what an aphid is. Yeah, fungi grow a lot better indoors, which would be great if I actually wanted to make a mushroom farm. But I think there's a risk to making a mushroom farm, and you need like a dark, damp place for them. And the only dark, damp place I can probably give them is either the closet outside in balcony or the closet right next to the water heater inside the laundry room. And I don't think that's the best place to put them. Outside would also probably be okay, but if the fungus spread from the initial breeding ground and onto the walls, that's probably going to be bad for the future, especially for me when I have to pay the damages after I move out of here eventually. Sun helps a lot in that aspect. Maybe try some cacti. And the thing about cacti is I don't understand cacti unless that they, except for they're decorative. I need that when I grow plants, or at least when I grow stuff in a pot, I need them for consumption. I need the plants to be useful. That's why we grow herbs. That's why we grow vegetables. I need them to be useful. I don't want them to be decorative, just like sitting around doing nothing except look pretty. So cacti, yes, I know cacti generally do not like water, or at least don't need a whole lot of water, but I don't need them to be decorative. Again, some cacti are edible. Which ones? Prickly pear, I know prickly pear is edible, but I don't know if I can grow prickly pear indoors. I thought they grow pretty big. That would be a problem. Aphids are those small bugs that stick to plant stems and multiply by the thousands. Ooh. The thousands part is kind of bad. Yeah. Anyway, there's one called nopal, which you can eat, and they're the ones that grow prickly pears. Huh. You know what? I think I've had like cactus salsa before, but I don't think I've actually eaten a cactus before. Which is an interesting thought process, because I can only imagine after you peel the outer layer and take the spines off and whatnot, it's gonna be a little bit on the spongy side. Maybe not even spongy. What does a nopalus taste like, since you apparently you have already eaten it already? Anyway. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've actually had a proper cactus fillet, if you want to call it that. Which, what would it even taste like? I don't know. I feel like I've had like I said, cactus salsa, but I feel like I've also had cactus something else, but not the actual meaty part of the cactus. Anyway, let's do a quick recap on what we did in Slay the Princess last week, and then we'll get started with the game. So last week, we got 3 endings. First ending, apparently we got after I... did I stab the princess first? I did not stab the princess. Something happened. I forgot what I did. I left the princess alone first, just trying to see what they were going to do, and she scared the bejesus out of me. So that's one. Second, well, and then I stabbed her, thinking it was the right choice, and then she came back with a vengeance in the 3rd act. So overall, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure, but we got a skeleton thing, much like what you saw on the thumbnail today. And then we went through another route where we treated her nicely, we got her out, and it was a very peachy ending. And then another one where we killed her every single time we saw her, and that went hardcore. That was a very hardcore route for all intents and purposes. If you haven't seen the last stream of Slay the Princess, check at least that last portion out. Maybe I should make it into chapters now that I think about it. Anyway, I might put some timestamps if I remember. But yeah, that last route was intense, also kind of amazing considering everything else that we ran into. It was very metal in a very literal sense also. You cook it, it becomes soft and tasty, like a tiny bit sour, nowhere near as much as a citric food. If I ever get a chance to find cactus in some organic supermarket, because I figure that's the only place I'll be able to find them, I'll give it a try. It sounds interesting. So, I also found out during that last route that we did last time, is even the smallest little decisions you make will change the outcome of the ending. So, example of that was we stabbed her, right? And we checked her pulse, and we did not check her pulse. I did both, but we continued with the route that we checked her pulse, and basically she came back to life, and then she started to wreak havoc every single time. But if we did not check the pulse and assume she was dead, we just kind of leave her alone. So as long as you're not picking an explore option, your decisions will impact on what happens to the princess. Now, this might sound a little bit like Princess Maker. However, the results here are a little bit quicker and a little bit more immediate, and also you will live with the consequences of your decisions very, very quickly in this case. So what we need to do though, well, I guess let's back up a little bit. What happens after each time we finish a route, basically whatever princess aspect we produce at the end is gobbled up by some hands who has a very, very, I guess, neutral, almost calming voice, and holds no malice or love for us whatsoever. They're very neutral. And all they're asking for is a different aspect of a princess each time we get to the ending. So what we are going to do is try the other options that we haven't done before, and then see how many more aspects it takes to satisfy said hands that come out of the abyss. There is more immediate results. I wonder how many routes are left. From what I understand, there is quite a bit. However, I don't think we have to get every single one of them. We just have to get enough to satisfy the hands, is what I'm gonna call it for a while. Also, there is a narrator who is very, very annoying, very, very pushy, and I still don't know what's up with the narrator. There is an internal time loop within the chapters, which we remember and the princess remembers, but the narrator doesn't. Each time we do a time loop within the chapters, the narrator is ever so more confused, but the princess and the MC have continuity. So that's another thing to note. And each time we make a decision and each mini chapter with each playthrough, we get different voices, and each voice has its own personality. And I'm just reminded of this. I played Disco Elysium before off stream and have a VOD up if you want to check that out. But the voices are kind of like Disco Elysium voices, except a lot more annoying. Some of them are okay, but to me, some of them are definitely more annoying and doesn't leave me much to commentate on. So I will just react as much as I can and try to guess when the voices will stop talking so I can actually say something. Anyway, let's continue with this and see where we can get, because I do not know where we can get. I'll just try to pick the options we didn't pick last time. So yeah. Alright, let's get started then. Let's get started. Load game, I think. And we were right
You're on
here.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And I will let this guy speak for a little bit so that we have a little bit like refresher from what happened last time and this time. So autoplay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
This is the narrator's reason to slay her every single time. Each of the explore options is just basically filler. From what I can tell, they don't actually make any decisions, and for the most part, I don't think really affects anything. I'm not sure. But we're gonna ignore this first portion. I only care about what happens inside the cabin. So, alright. I wanted to always off. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sure.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I'm gonna ignore this guy. I'm gonna
You
ignore
make
this
your
guy.
way
That was
up the
sarcastic.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't noticed the mouse cursor, not really a spoiler, but it is unusual to mention that this is actually the hero's hand. They're not human, so that's curious. On occasion, explore matters. Okay, I thought it did, but I wasn't sure. For the most part, I didn't seem like it
The
did.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's see. I think I'll take the blade this time around. If we do not take the blade, the princess is much nicer, but I don't know if we have that many options to play around with, so I'll take the blade. You haven't tried to run away. No, I did not. I don't think, well, we'll probably try to do that in another loop, I suppose. But no, I did not try to run away this time. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Wow, no quips? Really?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Yeah, she
sounds
doesn't like us right now
dangerous.
because
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Hi, just checking on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
I don't know. I kind of like this princess more than the really bubbly, nice one.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Let's see
And
that.
there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nah, not really. Not this time around. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Oh yeah, caught me. Let's see. I haven't decided yet. But nah, why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Let's see. I'm gonna tighten my grip this time. I don't think, yeah, I'm gonna tighten my grip this time. See how she reacts.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you Scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Stabbing range.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Let's see. I know in one route all she has to do is get close to us to kill us, but what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Maybe we stand our ground. Maybe I'm not dropping the blade right now.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Really? Fine, I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
No, that's not the plan right now.
Or drop the blade. Do something.
Sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Fine. I guess we don't have many options. We'll drop it right now.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Let's see. Yeah, pretty awkward. I think I tried that last time. Relationship, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I suppose. Let's see. How long have I been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Do you know why I'm here?
Do you?
Not really. Apparently you're gonna end the world? I know I've been told. Whether or not I believe it's an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
I mean, okay, fine. Let's see. So how do we get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
We cut off your hand?
She is. I'm sure of it.
I mean, it's probably better than, you know, you biting your hand off through that thing. Hello, by the way. Let's see. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. Okay. There's people out there who think you're gonna end the world. What do you have to say about that? Did I say this last time? Let's see. Yeah, maybe we go with that.
Don't just tell her that.
I'm telling her.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... monster?
Yeah, she's very threatening, at least.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Let's see. No, I hope you tell me. Nope, I'm sure they have their reasons. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them, honestly.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Let's see. Still have a few more questions if you don't mind.
Fine. What do you want to know?
She seems so tired. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Nah, I feel like anyone would say too long. How do you even keep track of details from down here? Either you just like sleep and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be able to keep track of all those days unless I etched something onto the wall. Alright, I guess we're talked enough. I thought there'd be more options.
Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Let's see. Let's get you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
I don't want
You
to.
walk up
I
to the
don't
chains
want to
binding the
run into
princess to the
Razor
wall
Princess
and give them a
again.
tug.
As interesting as that was,
They're
I don't want
large
to run
and
into
heavy,
that
far
just
too
yet.
solid for you to even imagine
If there's
trying
another
to break
option
them
to that
apart.
anyway.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let's see. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides cutting you out of here? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying up there somewhere. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Any ideas besides cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
What? I mean,
speaks
she could
with
do that
almost
normally,
complete
but still.
nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Wow.
Is someone else here?
Let's see. Hey, let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
You know, for a narrator that's not supposed to be doing anything, they're doing quite a lot. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Alright, let's go back.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Slay the princess, save the princess. I'm still not sure which route I want to do with this one. But I think, yeah, okay, well let's save her. Let's save her and see if we can do something about this.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
How does that
You cut into her flesh.
How does that cut through bone?
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Oof.
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Very sharp indeed.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
She didn't lose an arm, she just lost a hand.
Thank you.
A bit
now
different.
let's get out of here.
The cabin is clearly on a hill and the basement is clearly in the hill. How is there a window? That is a very good question. I did not think about that. I don't think the artist thought about that either. Now that you mention it. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and
Oh, he
raises
still
the
pulls
blade.
this trick off.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Slay the princess, slay the princess. What? Okay, last time I did this, I warned her. What if I slay the princess? Well, no. Let's warn her first.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
We resist.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Let's see. Do we resist again? Do I get a third option? I'm gonna try resisting. I don't remember if we get a third option or not.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Oh, okay. We only had two tries.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her
The
face
last
remains
time.
unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
The last time this happened was when we didn't bring the knife at all. And the knife got tossed in here. And she was very apologetic with stabbing me multiple times, by the way. Now it's a little bit different. She just kind of like slices the throat cleanly. As if she's so used to this. Yeah, at least she didn't stab us this time multiple times. I think that's a good thing.
Isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
The prisoner. That's different.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, let's see. Getting deja vu. Hasn't this happened already? Yes, it has. I don't think we need to do these explore ones here. We just kind of proceed. I'm just gonna proceed.
A warning before you go any
Because
further.
I don't think anything out here really
She will
matters
lie,
until we get in.
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says.
Skeptic.
Just go in, take the knife,
You're
and
different.
do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I don't think we've had the skeptic before. What's it look inside?
The interior of the cabin
this is,
less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A
Definitely
few
a
pathetic
dungeon.
wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's see. Take the blade, do not take the blade. Didn't mention anything about mirror. He ignores the mirror regardless. Do we take the blade or do we not take the blade? That is the question. Well, she's not gonna be sickeningly sweet. Or will she be sickeningly sweet, despite what happened last time? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe let's try Still taking the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Well, we could always use this to like cut her out again. So that's another thing. Let's just go down.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
The tone sounds...
You walk down the stairs
Oh
and
wow,
lock eyes
that's a
with the
lot more
princess.
chains than I remember.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Huh.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Interesting.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Okay, a couple of things to note here. We've only ever seen her with one chain. And I think we've asked a few times before, why is the other chain on the wall not in her other arm? And okay, fair enough. But this time around, not only are both her arms chained up, but also her neck. So I guess the thought process here is, yes, you can bite off or cut off either of your arms off and you probably will still be fine. But you can't exactly cut off or bite off the one around your neck, or your neck in this case, and still live. So I guess that the one around the neck is basically sealing the deal with her being trapped down here. I see. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. I think leaving her here is probably a bad idea. I left her alone before. And that was she haunted us, basically. I did not like that. Let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay. Interesting.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit. Fine.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Well, I have a knife, but that's for self-defense, but I guess we don't need that. I'm kind of curious, how do we get you out of this mess with 3 shackles, including the one on your neck? My intentions. What do you mean? I want to see this dialogue.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Huh. Interesting.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
That would be interesting.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Should we try that out? Probably a bad
Though I suppose
idea.
you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
let's see. I've been here before and I'm the only one who remembers that. What happened after I died last time?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
2 more.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I trust you. I think I
guess it's possible she really
trust you
doesn't
more.
know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Contingency.
A contingency for
Interesting.
what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Thank you, Skeptic.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get
Well,
it.
at least you admit that
It
much.
would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right?
Let's see.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Wow, that sounds so
won't.
sus.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I guess she can't hear the voices in my head. Hey, Reina, welcome, welcome. How many waifus have we gotten? We've gotten 3 waifus from the last playthrough, and I'm not quite sure how many more are left after this, but I assume there's a lot because every little thing seems to do something, and I don't remember getting this last time, despite certain similar things, which makes me wonder how many branches are in this game. Holy crap. I think my favorite one so far is the Razor. The Razor was hella metal. Holy crap. But maybe something else would change my mind. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in shackles too. That other chain in the wall, who is this all for? What would you have me do? Actually, I think I'm just gonna leave you. Nah, I don't think I want to leave her here. Leaving her here will get us another aspect, but it's also the creepiest one, so I don't really like that. Who's the other chain for? I'm guessing that's for me.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Yeah, I suppose it will.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I mean, we could still shackle myself. It'd still be okay. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is shackled too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
I kind of want to see that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros
Doubt
are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I kind of want to see how hardcore she'd get with a knife if we just gave it to her. I mean, the passive option would be to actually shackle ourselves too, as if that solves anything. I'm not giving you my weapon. You realize that I have as much reason to distrust you? No. I'm not giving you my weapon. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you my weapon. I'm trusting you. Cut her out on your own. I want to see how metal she gets with this. I'm giving you the weapon. I want to see you do this yourself. It'd be interesting.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh no, I remember.
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, already tried to take over your body.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
What else could I have on me? That was the only thing I
Thanks.
had.
She pulls up her hair,
what wall?
smiling slightly
Wall?
as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
Is she doing what I think she's doing?
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Holy crap, she did it. Gore warning, everyone. Just gore warning. Let's watch.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
No, she's not.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder,
Ooh.
and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Well...
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
Reina, I gotta give you plus 20 social credits for that one. Just saying. On the other hand, holy crap, she did it herself? I don't think she thought about this very far, did she? Did she have a plan for this? On one hand, I didn't do it myself, so probably this is the better outcome. Because if I did it, she would blame us. But we let her do it. So she's wholly liable for herself. Why did she think that would work? I don't know. I thought stabbing would be the way to kill her, but I guess beheading works too. That's almost too logical. Way too logical.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I guess we'll take the head with us?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward.
Skeptic,
Stop
thank you
reading
very
into
much.
things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
That was hardly a boss fight.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Take the princess with you, leave the basement to claim your reward. Yeah, I'm taking the princess with me. I don't know how, but I'm taking her with me. Ooh, wow.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Don't tell me we can't.
Did you see that?
Oh, she's still
I
staring.
could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward. I guess that's our only option. Also, is it just me? Or is it because of the British accent that it just sounds more irritating and a lot more sinister than it otherwise would be? I don't know. Pick any other accent. I feel like British accents definitely play the villain, or at least the antagonist, very, very well. Just saying. Just saying.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
What did we find?
Well played.
She's alive.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Oh, this is an ending right here. Is it?
over? Is he gone?
Really?
But we're still here.
There's an aspect?
Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Huh.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but It's colder than I expected.
Oh, you really just took the head. Oh. Okay. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's
Alright.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Let's see. Of course you're scared there's the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me, we've been here before. And you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's not the end for you. It's the end for you, but not for me. It's the end. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
Let's see. What do we look like now? You approach the mirror. And we look like, other than the arm, silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. And what's in it is a bit more feathers. You're unraveled. A bit more feathers than last time. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Oh, it's actually the whole body and the head. Never really saw this as a bird arm or people do. Looks more like a lizard to me. I mean, if you think about it really, really hard, the leg of a chicken is not indistinguishable from a lizard claw. Think about that for a second.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Let's see. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
That's because chickens are dinosaurs. They're also related to T-Rexes. And if you think about a T-Rex and chicken being related, you just know how tasty T-Rexes would have been. And how much more chicken wings, or chicken legs, I guess in the case of a T-Rex, you would get if you would actually be able to like roast an entire T-Rex. But you would also need a much bigger pot to make fried chicken from a T-Rex. A much bigger pot. There's trees and stars and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Who is us? Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
So Mars, what do you think about this decapitated princess look? How do you like that one in particular? Do you have any thoughts about this vessel? Woodist?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
Ah, I see.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
So that's why she sounds the way she did. Do you know what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
So you're not awake yet. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Do the vessels have one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does. Okay, so the only option we have is he does, and then different things to he does. And when I find him, I'm going to kill him. I would love to, but I would like answers more than killing him. I would like answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels do we need?
1.
Oh.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay, so you're telling me once we get to the last vessel or the next vessel, we should make a save in order to see any other endings. I get you. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring? If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm gonna stay here. Well, no, is there anything you would like me to bring?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I see. I'm just gonna stay here?
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Right, the last time I tried waiting and waiting and waiting, she closed the game on us, so I can't do that. There's no more waiting. Let's go back. Attack the identity, destroy your body. I'm gonna save here really quick. I don't think I've ever tried attacking her, and I said I wasn't ready to do that yet. And I don't think it's still the best time to do it, but I just want to see what happens. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens. Huh.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Destroy my body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. Except a squish. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently plucks the instrument from your hands.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Huh. So you're the only one who can send me back. Fine, send me back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Okay. Oh,
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die for the 4th time. Alright then. We're gonna skip all this nonsense here at the beginning. We're just gonna go forward, silently to the cabin.
You make your way.
Okay. This time, I mean, I kind of want to see what happens if we do give in to the stabbing. But I'm not gonna take the blade with me this time. Let's not take the blade this time. But we're still gonna get the blade when we get down there, because that's kind of how it plays out. So, yeah.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Probably.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Let's see. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you? Nah, probably not. Probably not. Let's just continue down. Though it would be kind of funny to say that. But let's just continue down.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi.
Let's see.
Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Alright, G&G. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good rest of your day. What's your name? I don't know anything about you. Was sent here to slay you. You're supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? Sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up and it's worth risking. Nope, we're not gonna go. Retrieve the blade without saying another word. Can't believe you've been kept down here like this. I'm getting you out? Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Really?
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
Oh, that's a little different.
You're making a huge
I wonder if that
mistake.
changes anything.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope, never found one.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm gonna check upstairs. Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Doubtful.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
I think I got this option last time.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Let's see, what else we got?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Locked again.
Is someone else here?
Let's see, I don't think either of these two options up top affects anything, so we're just gonna go back downstairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
It says the same thing
I
here.
heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm
you
to
did
her
this
mouth,
last
her
time.
teeth tearing
Not
through her
this
limb
stream,
with the
last stream.
determination
You
of
did
a
this
pack
last
wolf.
time. How sharp are your
As she rips
teeth?
her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Huh.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's see. I could slay the princess here, but I want to see what happens if I resist. So we're gonna do that. Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Hello,
You
hello.
cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp.
Oh yeah,
and it takes
gore
little
warning,
efforts
by
to
the
crack
way,
through the
if you're
bone
not
of her arm.
used to that.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Same as her cynical
you.
side.
Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
And he tries to
You
control
can't
me
just let
again.
her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, I just noticed that there's blood on the
What are you
blade
doing?
here. Interesting. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whiff this first one, and then we're gonna stab her later.
Stop that.
Welcome back,
Something's
welcome
come
back,
over
Salty.
You, hasn't it?
Get some rest.
You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Do we get a chance again?
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Do we get a chance to connect again? Slay!
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
Nope, there isn't.
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Oh, what?
She pounces on you with
There's
the
a
same
betrayal.
ferocity
What do you
she
mean a
used to tear
betrayal?
through her arm. But you have a weapon.
Wow.
You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
She's basically
It's
a
not
wild
enough to
animal
stop
right
her.
now.
You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
It doesn't look very red to me.
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this.
I wonder what would
Right.
be different if I
As much
just
as I'd
killed her
prefer for things
outright.
to have gone differently,
from
I
that
can't
first
deny
part.
the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Which princess is this? The witch. Huh. That's different.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see, are there any other different options here? Deja vu happened already. Okay, no. Okay, no. But I died. She's gonna kill me again. I we slew the princess. She's gonna kill me. Now we just go forward.
A warning before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah.
any further.
Wait, what was my...
She will lie, she will cheat,
Oh, I can't do the skip
and she
here
will
for
do
some reason.
everything in her power
probably
to
'cause it's a
stop you from
different route.
slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done.
Opportunist. Wait, I think I've seen you before in the Razor ending. Out of the many voices in the Razor ending. The witch, though. What does this look like now?
The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The
Woody.
walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
What if I don't pick up the blade against the witch? Let's see. Approach the mirror. I'm just gonna approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Magic
What are you
powers
talking
through
about?
betrayal. Which
This isn't
anime
a
was
wall.
this?
It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Yeah, I think this happens every single time, and the result's the same every single time.
You reach
It
forward
affects
and
nothing.
rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look
Yes,
right
it
now.
affects nothing. Okay, fine. But this time we're not taking the blade downstairs. I could maybe save here, just in case. Not that we really need it, to be honest. I guess we... No. Is that quick save? Nah, not that we really need it, but this would be interesting. Alright, we're just gonna go down. No knife. I want to see what the witch does.
No blade. I hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Oh yeah, I left it last time too. I forgot about that. What does the bottom look like though?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her
He always
voice
thinks that.
skitters up from below.
He always thinks that.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably. You said probably. Okay, interesting tone of voice here. Hello?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
I don't have a knife. Okay.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Ideally. But some
Do you
people
want to hear
don't
what
want to
everyone
talk.
has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Alright, let the witch trials
Thank
begin.
you.
Oh, she's very
You
guarded.
descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She turned into a beast.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Wood is always an option.
No. You've already been here, haven't you?
Always an option.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
She's not putting anything
Is it
behind
all
her, though,
behind us?
except for that wall.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Yeah, I think that's the first time he's actually said my
well,
world, now that you
I seem to
mention
remember
it.
you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all made mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. I get the sense you're not happy with me. I am unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out? Died last time, you didn't. If anyone out here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those on your own? Zones changed and stop you last time. Nagging feeling you're gonna stab me in the back if I help you. Well, the thing is, we kind of gave in to the voices in our head, or at least the narrator's voice in our head. I guess she still doesn't like us because of that, but we don't have a knife. We didn't come in with a knife. We don't have a knife still. It is kind of interesting. She went a little bit animalistic here with her features, with the tail and the I guess the leg and the ears and the mouth, a bunch of stuff. I'm assuming because of her reflexes from last time. That's my guess. I'm sensing you're not happy with us.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay, look, I don't have a knife, okay? Let's see, where's the knife, no knife option? I'm unarmed.
You came to me with empty hands last time too, but that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
So this is her suspicious side, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, I'm sorry about last time. I made a mistake.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Okay, then. Well,
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
I didn't bring my blade down. How am I supposed to do that this time? Can't you get yourself out?
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh. That was quick.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Okay, what do we do now?
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
How? Wrestle her? I think I would lose that, actually. Okay, let's leave then. If you got yourself out, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
I want us to get a good close look at you.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
Okay, I feel like she's less of a witch than she is more animal-ish. I guess it's kind of like a cat girl in a way. But where's the witch aspect of this? I'm not seeing the witchy aspect of this. There's a very unique take on witch though. I like the tail. I like the animalistic features. I'm just not seeing the witch part.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
You think so?
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first,
what
and it
options
might as
do we
well be
have?
us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
Okay.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Haven't regretted it before. You first. Fine, okay, we'll go first.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs.
I wonder if that
begin your
door's gonna
ascent from the
close again.
basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Don't need to tell me how to
Can
feel.
we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
Wow, you actually care, kind of.
The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that? I think we know why.
It's gonna close again.
You feel something dig into your shoulder,
Ooh.
sharp and piercing. The princess
Not what I
clawing
expected.
at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles
It
to
wasn't
recover
her
from the impact.
nature. Okay.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to
So this
remain
one is actually a
exactly where you
backstabber.
are,
I got you.
cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that?
Yeah.
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
Well, she's not getting out this time.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
I did like one little thing. Everything? Come on. I can't get up. You broke my back. What the hell was that for? I was trying to help you out of here. You were never gonna get up. You were never going to get up those stairs. We were never gonna get up those stairs. We could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other. I was actually trying to help you out here. Let's see. We could have gotten out of here.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
Wow, she's extremely
See, this is why I
vengeful.
wanted
If
her
you
to
kill
go
her
first.
at least
I had this
once.
whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
Oh, sure, this guy complains a lot.
There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
I wonder if she would have.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's
Ooh.
body twitches as she
Oh.
tries to get up.
Did she break her back too?
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Well,
She eyes you with intensity.
that's irony right
Silence
there.
falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yeah, she didn't think that through,
Certainly
did
seems
she?
that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright
Not the
side.
first time,
In all
apparently.
this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
I don't think birds can get down here.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Honestly, I thought her pose was just a pose. I didn't think it was her actually having a broken
I think
back.
he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Oh wait, this is an ending? Huh,
I wasn't
interesting.
feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
I thought we had to get outside for that. That was a little faster than I expected. You don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And
Well, this
where's
was
that
the
mirror?
last one that
Why
she
is it
asked
here?
for.
Why now?
This is the end for you, but not for me. Approach the mirror. Where's this go? What do we look like now? Do we have a clear picture?
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. And we look like silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. And what's in it is... you are nothing at all. Nothing. What do you mean nothing? Oh wait, I see a crow! There is a crow here! But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me? The crow with the very sharp teeth.
I think you know what I am.
Wait, that's a narrator? What? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. The narrator is a bird? What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. So you're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. I've met you many times. Have you been the same? Have you been the same you? Have you been the same you? I wasn't supposed to see this, was I? So you're the one who wanted me to kill the princess?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To
Oh,
rid
it
the
is
world of
the
suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
It really went caw-caw.
And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Ooh. I was made to do this single task. Who made me? What am I? What am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
The god? Rid of death? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. A god. I always knew I was special. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Apparently at least 5. Times 3. But maybe not quite as many as 15. It's a little confusing sometimes. Let's see. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Can we get through all these questions, I wonder? Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Oh.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
So you're the one who did that. I see. After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? I have so many questions for you. Maybe we don't waste a broken glass for that one. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, well, let me see what else we have here. Are you a god? Were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you. And I made her.
Huh.
And I made this place to hold you both.
Wait, so why do we have to kill her? After everything you've done, do you think anyone deserves to live? Let's see, and what else do we have? What is a princess? What did you make her? Did you make her too? Yeah, what is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
I see. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation in that existence, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death? Probably actually worse, actually.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you.
Huh.
Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Let's see. If you made us, then I want you to know this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? You're delusional. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Ran out of questions. No, I have one more question I want to ask. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. And I want you to know that before you die for good. I think we need to save here. I'm going to destroy her. I'm going to destroy her lie. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, so I have to see what she thinks about all this. I want to see what she thinks.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
So even if you destroy the slay the princess, that's not the thing you need to slay. It's this other thing that you need to actually slay. Wait, I think I missed something. The narrator, as the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. All of this thing? Interesting. An untrusting vessel the witch brought the witch. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Except a shifting mound, apparently. Oh, wow, what was that? Something spilled out. What the heck is this? Is this safe for work?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Wait, that sounds like one of the other princesses that we've seen, not the other voice.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. Did you hear about the echo? Well, I guess let's talk about the Long Quiet first.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
So what happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I believe in people and
When
giving
the
people
echo
chances.
spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we just really leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling onto me? Actually, why is it? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This just can't come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it? I don't know. Slay the princess for real this time. Slay the princess, slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to go about doing that. Anyway, there's so many stories. Can we just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
So why is it on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's see, I still have a lot of questions though.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Whoa, boss fight? Whoa, what's going to happen?
Oh! Back in a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves.
Oh, I think that's the witch?
But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above.
Oh, she's down here.
Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Address this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death, change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective. I won't engage in violence. You speak about life and death, change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. I'm not really sure what to go about with this one. Save time, probably a good idea, actually. Let's see, what do we do? I feel like, I have nothing against her, to be honest. Reject authority, argue independence. I don't think I want either. Reject perspective. Appeal to humanity. I don't think that's, let's see. I will not engage in violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Oh, change again.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever.
Oh, there's the cynic princess.
But you found
No, that's the prisoner.
And we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Let's see, appeal to... Okay, so it's the same sort of thing here. Shared humanity, reject authority, argue independence, continue to reject her perspective. It doesn't matter how I feel, death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you, just don't know how. Appeal to shared humanity, I guess?
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Oh, freaking Razor! Oh.
Bound with angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once.
Razor, you're a little hard to hear.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Continue to appeal to humanity. This always has just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore. Ah, okay, so you can keep going with one line of thought. There's no need to fight. We'll just need to leave. Stop the fight early and surrender. Nah, we're not surrendering. Shared humanity it is.
You cling to emotion of pain and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
Oh, which one is this?
Stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh, is it the sweet one?
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
The music is really good here. I just wish the voiceover was a little bit stronger. Address this vessel statement directly. I was blinded by emotion. We both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with me. Whenever you're ready, we can move together, hand in loving hand.
I'm ready. I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
What was it this time? Oh, I remember you. We're going backwards. Oh.
With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. You did not resist my violence, but it overcame you. Did you understand the flesh wasn't you? Or did you choose to gift yourself to someone what she needed you? To fear me is to fear losing the flesh. The flesh is not the spirit.
Let's see. There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole reality without bringing the whole of reality into the picture. I have no idea what that means, but I'm gonna go with this anyway.
We are the whole of reality.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You know what, that's actually probably a good idea. We don't have to kill you, we can just leave. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay. I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I was told there was enough of you in me to preserve meaning in existence. I'm going to trust that's true. Slay the princess. Fight for a better world. Slay the princess. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I guess we both die if we do that. Slay the princess. There's a lot of slay the princess options. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. I think it can't be this. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep on dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? I have no idea. You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
Why does this feel like an actual boss
She's
fight?
relentless, isn't she?
I don't even know what to do about
Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this out here on my own. I'm ready. Sure, let's go.
Then let's go.
Oh, wait. Why are we getting rough drafts? Excuse me? It's a rough draft of everything.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Nah. I'd like that for old time's sake. It's just you and me? Did anyone else make it here?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin for me, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
You kinda suck at this.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Okay, so the goal here is to become a god. I got you. Good riddance.
Yeah. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
Alright, let's take that blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
It's always got us in trouble too, so that's another thing.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, to be
It
honest.
sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What do you look this time, princess? What do you look like?
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Well, it looks like you're unchained this time. So... yeah, let's talk. I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same as you out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Yourself. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right?
I mean, I guess that's
so
true.
make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
The truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't think we want to erase the truth, actually. I mean, forgetting about everything we went through, I don't think is the best option. I want to know how we move forward from this. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? I don't want to forget you. We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. We're talking about this right now. How do we know we haven't done this before? Yeah, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Okay. Let's see. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty and I still like you.
Perfect relationship right there.
And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
Well, I mean, not a hurtful relationship, I mean, but you know, an understanding relationship at the very least. We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
That sounds bad. Well, I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Not really, to be honest. We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually, something's going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Let's see. I don't care about them. I care about us right now, right here. This isn't fair. I want you to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? I take it back. I don't want this. I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Let's see. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Slay the princess. Agree to her plan. I take it back. I don't want all this. It's too late to being a god. I wonder what happens here.
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Fine. Okay. What's the plan?
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Is she killing us again? I love you. I don't think I'll ever say that. I'll see you soon.
Hey, I love you.
Oh, come on, you weren't supposed to say it either. Oh, we just reset all the way back here if we
You're
do
on a
that?
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I think I want to go back.
You're here to slay her.
I think we need a proper ending.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Because she's just gonna send us back every single time. What to do? Let's go back here, I guess. Appeal to humanity and argue independence. Reject authority. Let me see. What happens if I do all the way shared humanity? Let's see. There's only room for one of us to be blind here. I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors. Wait, what's this? Why does it feel different? Shared humanity? Why would I stoop to your level when I am offering you ascension to mine?
It's so peaceful here. Beautiful. Eternal. But ever-changing.
Your will begins rapidly dissolving. Slay, slay, slay. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. Can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Fight for a better world. I don't think there is a better world out there. How do we leave? What happens if we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Oh, is this an ending? For yourself? You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stares from hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. Wait, so are we becoming a god here or something like that? You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield. We cannot get out of the cabin.
I love you.
What's going on here? We are so much smaller than her. What? All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Oh, what's going on? Something's growing? You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
Plants? Grass? There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite? You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. you and she are finally home. So this is what happens when we both go out. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Okay, so that's one ending. But why is the background music so ominous? It sounds very final boss-like, as if we did something bad, and I'm not exactly sure if that's actually a bad thing. Thank goodness for save spots. We're gonna have to explore the other ones here in a bit, because I'm very curious what all the other endings we can get look like. So I'm assuming if we look to one of her aspects that we resonate with, she either kills us or we kill her. But what does killing her actually do? I guess if she killed us, finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. I guess there's a bunch of different endings to this one. Expression of gratitude. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI. Join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us elsewhere. Take to the playlist. I guess if you want the track record, you can get there. Play our other game. There's another game? Return to the main menu. I want to see what the other endings are like. Let's see. Let's go back to this. What if we argue reject her authority?
What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. I only want to help you. You can vainly struggle against me, or you can follow the rhythm of our movement and find our freedom. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us.
Okay, so it's the same dialogue. Continue to reject. If my words feel meaningless, it's because words are meaningless. It feels as though I lecture you from above. It merely is because you have refused to climb after me and find where you belong.
Found this torrent of blades catch you.
I guess continue to reject.
The only universal truth is that there are no universal truths. There is only you and me, existing in relation to the other. And I will not stop our dance until you understand. Your library takes a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
So this is the cute one. Reject authority. It was so much better when I was with your vessels. Even at their worst, they all still hurt me.
They are mere fragments of a whole. They bought into delusion because none of them were able to see past themselves.
Okay, so we're back to the first one, the death one. I don't know what you are, but you aren't any of them. You're just something wearing their skin.
You cling to things that never truly existed. If it takes all of eternity to break your grip on petty, fickle, fleeting selves, both mine and yours, then I will break it.
So things end amicably if we just join her, which is one ending.
Nothing is immutable.
And then this is like
Everything that is
we
exists
reject
only
everything.
in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
So I guess the other option is to give in to what the crow is saying and actually kill her. How do we leave? I never want to fight you, but how do we leave? Can't let that happen. I was told there was enough of you in me to preserve meaning in existence. I'm going to trust that is true. I have to fight you for a better world. I don't really care about that. Your cruelty, I don't really care about that. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Let me see if I can save from here. You've done everything you can to make me understand, but you keep diminishing mine. If you think you can change mine, then I must be able to change you. I won't kill you. What about this one?
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Let's see. Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
What if I kill the princess inside?
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick.
I
Are
let
you
her
ready?
kill me last time, but what if we kill her inside? Let's go.
Then let's go.
We're gonna continue with the knife this time. Take the blade. Enter the basement. Continue
And
downstairs.
down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
We'll talk with you first, and then we'll slay you. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Really? Are you the same as you are out there? I don't want to hurt you. There has to be a way out. What are we going to do? I don't want to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right?
This option again.
So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't want to forget her.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
We have done this before. Is there any other way? Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
So putting things back is basically redoing the loop. I'm sorry, but I guess we have to kill you then. Let's see what happens.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. So we either restart or we come back here. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing either. Which is what exactly?
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Thought it was literal, but okay. I'm not sure anymore. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Well, it is called the Long Quiet. The path in the woods outside are empty canvas. There is even more to see beyond this place, the fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free? The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. Wait, huh? You feel your wings span in cosmic scale? I think we've seen this text before. And then we're trying to get out of the cabin.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once the unyielding tension gives way. And what do we find? The freaking sun! And then the shattering, you are free. And before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality. One forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
So he says.
We really did win, didn't we?
I'm not sure that's a win.
We're
to
the
be honest.
house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this. That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if we know what to do about that. Slay the princess, a new and unending dawn. I think we have one more option though that I haven't tried yet. I brought the knife both times down. I think what we can do is not bring the knife. That seemed to have worked well, at least smooth things over quite a bit. I don't like this ending because it feels hollow. I don't like the join her to become a god ending because that feels like we're just giving in to her without actually finding a mutual, what do you call it, a mutual path forward. Killing us resets it and makes the game playable again. That's kind of not great either because we want to kind of get out of here. What other stuff did we get? I think let's go down and not take the knife this time. Overwrite your save. No, I want to load. I want to load from here. I want to load from here. Last one, hopefully. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Okay. I thought voices weren't allowed here.
Apparently that's not true, but we can worry about it later.
Okay, well, let's go then.
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get...
Alright, let's do this.
then let's go.
Okay, the final thing. Enter the basement without taking the knife.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
It seems to make it easier to talk to her at
The
least.
stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Which voice is it?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
Oh, hey, it's still the cynic. You seem to be the real one.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Or was this the voice I got the first... Oh, I guess this is the first voice I got. Huh. Now that I think about it.
And down we go.
I wonder if it changes.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Depending.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sure, let's see if we can find anything else to talk about. It's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
Likewise, I like seeing you. Sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
Well, the first time we met, I scared you so much your organs stopped working. And I meant to do that. If anyone should be apologizing here, it should be me. But hey, we both took things a little far, didn't we? It's no big deal. All of that's behind us now, I think.
You know, when she puts it like that...
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit.
I feel that.
Just like this cabin.
Yeah, let's get out of it then. Are you not the same as the one out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
You sound so different from when I brought the knife down. What changed? Because I don't want to kill you? Or at least don't have the option of killing you or me? Which princess are you? You look like you did this the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
I see. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Fair enough.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that?
I like it.
And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
I only saw 5 sides of you, but yeah, they were all pretty interesting. What do you think of her? What she wanted us to do? What did she want us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her.
Oh, yeah, I felt that.
But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you.
I'm glad too. You seem more
And like
open.
I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
So what if we just leave? Can we do that?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Fair enough. I mean, it could be anything out there. I don't know. I always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I don't want to walk through that cabin door. I just want to walk through the cabin door as we are. Just you and me. Not knowing what it means. I'm gonna save here. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. Doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're living together, leaving together. That's all I want. That really is all I want.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Yeah, you don't need to be a third wheel here, but thanks, Pete, for coming by anyway. Are you gonna be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Alright then. Alright. Let's leave, Princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. Thank you for giving me enough time to read that. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But now it's just me speaking, narrating. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to that door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
I love you as an option again. I don't think I can actually say that. I mean, I feel like that feeling is mutual, but who's going to open the door? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what's going to be like out there. Neither of us.
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
Together. And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. Apparently that's the achievement I just got now. You know what? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Don't need to be a god. Don't need to be the only thing left after all that. I guess in a way that is kind of like the Shin Megami Tensei neutral ending. The ending you usually try to strive for. And then becoming god is what? The law ending? And the being alone was, I know, the chaos ending that they typically have in that. I like this. This was probably the best ending. It's the most uncertain one, but I like it. I'm almost tearing up a little bit. I'm tearing up almost a little bit. Maybe not to the same extent as Shiroko's backstory, but it's sweet. It's sweet. I like it. Yeah, I think we can just end it there. I don't know what else to say about this except other than I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a bit of a weird ride, and I could definitely reset the timeline at any time to look at the other aspects of the princess. But I feel like I don't need to do that, at least on stream. And if you want to see that for yourself, there's a couple of ways to go about this. I highly recommend supporting the devs. I think that's always a good thing. But if you're too lazy for that, there's always YouTube. There's always a YouTube, let's be frankly honest with that. But yeah, okay, so there was a warning at the beginning of the game that says that this is a horror game, and I guess there's a few horror spots in it. But I don't really feel that. I think their second statement is more true. This is a love story. However, I felt no love in being a god. I felt no love being the only thing left. There is nothing to love except for yourself, and yourself is very unsure of itself, it seems. You need to love, in this case, the other person. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's actually a message, if there is a message to be gotten. I think that's for you to decide. But I like it. It's nice and sweet. Alright guys, I think there's a good place to end here for me. So I'll end it here. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with the usual mahjong and banter night. I probably should change it to that. Yeah, the usual mahjong and banter night. Catch up on a bunch of stuff. Either what's happening in your week and what's happening in mine, or whatever else is happening in the world. Except for Blue Archive. Let's try not to talk about Blue Archive tomorrow, because I want to talk about Blue Archive on Blue Archive Day, which is not too far from today. But yeah, see you guys next time.